I just wanted to say a really big thank you for 100 subscribers. I'm recording this after the fact because I completely forgot about this fact. This is terrible English. What am I doing? Thank you, basically, for watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate having an audience for my thoughts and the stuff that I'm putting out, even if it's very few people. 100 people is a lot. You know, if you imagine 100 people in a room, it's quite a lot. So thank you, basically, for watching my videos. Apologies about the lighting today. It's just like midday, and I don't have any external lighting that's powerful enough to counteract the brute force of the sun shining through my window. If you want to know more about any of the cameras I mention, feel free to comment or ask about them, or just send me a message on YouTube about it. I hope you enjoy. Once again, thank you very much for watching these videos, and I'll see you in the next one after you've watched this video. As you may have noticed, I still don't have a lavalier microphone. However, I do own this very nice dynamic microphone, so I will be using this for today. This is also going to be very good for showing you the camera sounds, because what I'm doing today is a much more me approach to the video, which is gung-ho, YOLO, no plan. No, I do have a plan. I do have a plan. To show you all of my cameras, film cameras mostly, because I want to share this with you, the viewer, and I don't get to show them to people very often because, you know, people kind of get bored of listening to me rant about my cameras, and so this is a way of reaching out to a broader audience. And the great thing about this microphone is that I can put it right up by the camera and show you how each of them sounds, how each shutter click sounds, and that's fun. However, the microphone will be sitting right here to my left for most of the video, so hopefully you'll still be able to hear me properly. So that's the introduction done, and I'll be sitting here for most of the video. So if you get bored easily at like talking head style videos, then this is probably not the video for you. However, if you sort of still want to be here after this, then please do, because I'm going to show you some very, very cool cameras with lots of history, some of them really, and some of them are very rare and might get you inspired about some cameras you want to get for yourself. Bear with me. I'm afraid that the Christmas jumper has come off already because it's warmer in my room than I thought it would be. This camera right here is called a Zorki 4K. Here you go, have a good look at it. It's right there. Looks great. The more astute among you will recognize this to be a Leica copy. I don't even know when this was made, to be honest. Probably like the 70s or something. Maybe, yeah, around then. And it's a rangefinder camera. It's the only rangefinder camera I actually own. Bought this in Budapest, and I bought it for an absolute bargain. I think it cost me about 50 euros, and it's in really, really very, very good condition. Quite impressive, really. They're usually more expensive. So yeah, really, really cool camera, built like a tank, not quite like the Leicas. I mean, the sort of wobbly bits here and there, but for the most part, very, very good camera. One down, so many to go. Next camera. This is the first of two Topcon cameras I have. Topcon is a Japanese manufacturer from well, they still exist, but they don't make cameras anymore. They only made cameras for about a decade, I think, like in the 70s-ish. But they made cameras built like tanks. So one of their cameras was used by the US Navy, I think, actually, because it was just great. So here it is. This is the Topcon. Which one even is this? This is the Beseler B, I think, is what it goes by. Really fantastic camera. Waist level viewfinder, which is always fun. I bought this for a bit more money, actually, because I really wanted to collect Topcon cameras. Got a 51.8 lens on the front of it. They've got very, very, very good glass, very sharp, and well, for the era, obviously, by today's standards, it's a different story. And it goes up to 1000 shutter speed, which is nice because a lot of these older film cameras only went up to like 500 or so. Shutter on this one, not quite as satisfying as the other Topcon camera, which is coming up next. So it's a nice shutter, nothing special. I wish it was more of a clunk sound, but you know, I bought this for, I mean, how much did this run me up? I think 250 euros maybe with the lens, but it's in mint condition. This is a really, really, really stellar example of this camera. There's not a lot of them around Topcon. People don't know about Topcon either. They're not a very common camera. I don't know why, to be honest, because you can find them. There's not that many, but they're fairly rare, but they're not that expensive for the most part. This was like a very specific case. And you know what? I'll show you the other one now as well. I don't know where it is, so I'll have to find it. I found the Topcon. The other one, this is a Unirex, this model, and it's not as, it's kind of like the budget line. The one I just showed you was sort of a professional line camera. This is a budget line camera. This is the Topcon Unirex. Whoop. Also an excellent camera. This one's in its sheath. I'll leave it in because it's well protected that way. These ones are fun because unlike the one I just showed you, these ones have got a leaf shutter, first of all, that's in the lens, if I remember correctly. I can't even remember how to take it off, actually, because it's such a weird mechanism. And it's also 51.8, but the glass isn't quite as good as the Topcon I just showed you. However, the shutter is probably the best shutter on any camera I've ever used. It's just like an absolute clunk of a shutter. Listen to this. I hope that translates across onto the audio, because it's really a special camera. Once more, just you can feel the whole camera just. Same story with this one, but it's just a much cheaper camera. This one was actually in the family, so I inherited this from probably my uncle or grandfather. Don't even know. We found it in a box in the attic. Very fun camera. I've not taken as many photos with this one. I think it's got a focusing issue, so I need to have a look at that at some point, but I've not got around to it yet, so problem for the future. This is going to be a very quick one. This is the Lomo LCA Plus. Just have a quick look at it. It's, wait, focus, there you go. A very, very, very small camera, a zone focusing only camera. This is made by Lomography. It's a film camera that has sort of the classic wheel style of shutter. And it's got zone focusing lever on the side. I don't know if you'll be able to see that actually. There you go, right there. A zone focusing lever for the distance, and you can shut the front like this, which is quite cool. And the shutter doesn't sound great. It's sort of a... Oh, I've closed it so you can't hear it. There you go. Just like a single click. This is a really fun camera because it's tiny. This is like a Rollei 35 sized camera. Because it's zone focusing only, you kind of only really want to use it for travel or sort of street photography. But it's a very fun camera. It actually does have a light meter. Does it have a light meter? I can't remember if this one has a light meter. Yeah, it does have a light meter. So that's one advantage. It's a modern camera. This is a... They actively manufacture these, I think, Lomography. Got a few cell batteries in the bottom for the light meter. Very fun little camera. Very small. It's based off the Russian, or the Soviet, actually, Lomo cameras from way back when. Works very well. Great camera. This is a Leica camera. However, before you get excited, it's not an expensive one. It's a point and shoot from the late 90s, I think. This is the Leica Z2X. Now, in my opinion, this is a criminally underrated point and shoot camera. The glass is honestly really good. Very, very sharp film camera. I've used this a lot for travel, for friends, for parties, for everything. It's autofocusing, it's a zoom lens. It's a bit chunkier than stuff like the Olympus Mu, which is very popular these days. But this is like, well, these days probably about the same price as the Mu. But in my opinion, the better camera. Because the Mu is fixed lens, and this is a zoom. It has it runs on the classics, whatever the batteries are called, the classic stubby batteries that you use for film cameras. I've never had any issues with it. Works really well. Obviously, with these, the issue is that because it's electric, if something goes wrong, it's kind of hard to fix, unlike the older mechanical film cameras. But really, very, very good camera. Highly recommend this one. Works very well. Got an integrated flash, obviously, so if you want to get that cool flash party look, this is quite a good way to go. Build quality-wise, not Leica. It's just plastic, but it still works very well. Leica purists will say that this just doesn't count as a Leica, but it has the red button, so... and I can't shoot with this because there's no battery in it, but it sounds something like... Basically, that's how it sounds. It's close enough. This one was also in the family, also found in the attic with the Topcon. Now it's getting interesting, because this is a Rollei 35. This is probably the most famous travel film camera of all time, I think. Must be. Maybe most famous of all time? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Here you go. But this is a really classic film camera. Absolutely tiny. Comparable to the Lomo I was talking about earlier on. You know what? We're going to get intimate for this camera. This camera is amazing. It's small, it's portable, it works very well, it's built very well, and the range, well, it's not actually, see, the thing is, it's not a rangefinder, it's a viewfinder, but this is also a camera you want to use as a zone focusing camera, even though technically you have the full range, you have the full range of zoom available to you. You don't really want to be using that because the viewfinder doesn't show you what the lens sees. It's just sort of a framing aid. So you have to use zone focusing really if you want to get sharp photos, or if you're a god at estimating distances, you can probably get away with that too, but I wouldn't recommend it. This has served me very well. This is sort of a 1973 model probably, or maybe 1974. That the serial number kind of goes over the new year. I mean, honestly, this is an amazing camera. I think you can get cheaper cameras that will give you the same results because these are quite expensive online. The only way to really get one for cheap is to find one at a flea market or a garage sale or something. Garage. I never know. But it's an amazing camera. This one's also one that's from the family. Very, very good. Very good camera. Next. This is a Nikon F601. This is a really, really good, more modern film camera. So, this camera, automatic winding. I bought this earlier on this year. It works phenomenally well. Aside from the fact that the autofocus misses, the autofocus always focuses about a meter behind where it's supposed to focus. So clearly something's up there, but it's a otherwise very, very good camera. I've got a 35 1.8 on here, I think. No, 50 1.8. Very, very good camera. It's got a flash built in. It's an SLR. Like this is kind of the same as the Nikon F4, but like not the F4. It's got all the same features, and it's a camera from sort of the early 90s, and it's got autofocus, and it just works really, really well. It's got the same grip style, actually. If you know what the F4 looks like, it's got the same grip style on the front with the red line there. This is a chunky boy. You know, if you're doing paid film photography work, this is definitely the kind of camera you would maybe be looking at using. It's reliable, it works really well. I got this for about £200, lens and body included, which is on the expensive side because I bought it in a shop that have technicians, so it's in mint condition. Yeah, I don't have much more to say about this. I use it a lot over the summer. It takes nice photos. It's a good camera, honestly. I just use it in manual focus because I have to get the autofocusing issue addressed. But aside from that, really great camera. And linked to the next camera, well, not linked, same brand. The next camera is a Nikon as well. Next camera. This is a Nikon F75. F75? N75, also called the F75, I think. Now, this is a really interesting camera because this is one of the last film cameras Nikon ever released. This is, I think, a camera that was released in 2006. It's a film camera, built-in flash, autofocusing, and it's got all of the sort of modern DSLR features that we know today. So you've got different program modes, you've got sort of macro, landscape, auto program, all of that kind of stuff. It's got an LCD on top. This has got a very, very good lens on it, actually. This has got the 35mm autofocusing AIS. Is it AIS? AIIS? Nikon lens. It's a really, really great lens. This camera is wonderful. It works really well. The autofocus is spot on. If you're doing film photography work where you have to, the shit just has to work, this is a great option. It's not sexy. It is not a sexy camera, but it works really well. It kind of takes the joy out of film photography in the same way that modern cameras take out the joy of photography because they're like machines. This is an automatic camera. You know, it's got autofocus, it's got automatic winding. You can put the aperture on automatic even. That's how like recent this film camera is. There are kind of pros and cons of newer film cameras. You've also even got different types of focusing on the back. You can choose if you want sort of whole area focusing, center focused focusing, all that kind of stuff. It's a really great camera. I got this as a gift from a friend, and I've used it quite a bit. It's a really, really cool camera. It's just not one that I use a lot because I don't really see the point in using such a good automated, basically, film camera when I could just use digital for that. And the whole point of shooting film is slowing down and taking your time and kind of being more connected to the art and to the photography that you're doing. This obviously is the opposite. This is like the AI of like 20 years ago, the 2006, 2008, 2006, like back then, like this is a ridiculous camera. It's very good. Now we're getting into my first film camera ever, I think, and that's a Zenit actually, EM. This is a camera that pretty much everyone, I think, has heard of. Anyone who's in the film world will know one of these. The Zeniths are built like tanks, Soviet camera, built-in light cell there. They're just excellent cameras. I love the green leatherette on this one. It's also got, obviously, a Helios 58 f2 on here. Very famous lens as well. This is they just mass manufactured these. I bought this one in an auction for £10. That's how much these Zeniths cost. Here's what the shutter sounds like. Very standard, very normal, robust camera. It just works. These cameras are very, very well built, considering the fact that they're mass produced. They're just workhorses. They work incredibly well. They're an M42 mount, so you can put most lenses on there. It's quite heavy, as so most of these metal film cameras, to be fair. I've used this a lot, taken many photos with it. Not in a while, to be fair, because I have bought or acquired many other film cameras since, but I think it's my favorite looking film camera just due to the green leather. I love the green leather on this, huge fan. And yeah, this is a camera from the 80s probably. Very, very good film camera, solid. Had this for years, no idea when I even bought this, but it's just really good stuff, honestly. If you're looking to get into film and you want a very cheap camera to start with, Zenith EM is pretty good way to get in. Pretty good place to start, sorry. Highly recommend it. I'm trying to work out if I've forgotten any cameras. I don't think I have. There's my drone, which has a camera on it, but I don't think that really counts. It's a DJI Mini 3 Pro, so you can look that up if you want to. The camera I'm filming this on is a Sony a6400. I talk about that in another video on the best Fuji X100 6 or 5, 6 alternative. So that's there. That was all of my film cameras, I think. Right, yeah, those were all of my film cameras. So yeah, that was all my cameras. Thank you for watching this more or less long rant about all the cameras I own. I expect very few people will have watched this video all the way through because, I mean, why would you, honestly? I just really felt like putting a video out there and talking at a camera and talking about my cameras. And so I'm making this video, but I realized that it's probably not the most interesting content for YouTube. But I've only got a few hours today, and so I really want to get a video out so I can stick to sort of my every 2 weeks video schedule. So it's a way to keep myself accountable and keep being creative, basically. And now I have to put all my cameras away, which is going to be fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. There'll be another video in like a couple of weeks, and it'll be more interesting and more dynamic. And if you could like and subscribe, that would make my life amazing. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, talk soon. Bye bye.